This is the Paul Leslie Reviews.
Bob Dylan and his band performed at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia on March 24th, 2022. It was one of the stops on his Rough and Rowdy Ways worldwide tour, which will reportedly continue into the year 2024. Having witnessed Mr. Dylan's concert in Washington, D.C. on December 2nd last year, I was keen to see him at such a historic and revered venue as the Fabulous Fox. Dylan's last public performance in Atlanta was 7 years ago when he played the Fox Theater in 2015. He has performed in Atlanta more than 30 times through the years, beginning in the mid-60s. This time, I went with lifelong working musician Jeff Pike, who also happens to be a live and recorded music fanatic. Jeff is not only someone who has seen an endless number of varied concerts through the years, he's also a great friend. We've seen just about every kind of live performance there is together, but this was Jeff Pike's first time seeing Bob Dylan. After the concert, I asked him some questions to record his reactions, which you'll be hearing soon. I'm in agreement with Jeff Pike about the significance and uniqueness of the lighting in the show. We also feel the same about the distinct, atypical sound Dylan and the band pull off. The set list of the Atlanta show was almost identical to last year's, with only one song change. The Atlanta concert included Dylan's song Crossing the Rubicon in place of early Roman kings. So without delay, here was the brief, impromptu conversation post-concert. So it is after the Atlanta, Georgia Bob Dylan concert 2022, the Fox Theater, the Fabulous Fox Theater. I'm here with my good friend Jeff Pike. This is his first time seeing a Bob Dylan concert. What immediately strikes you?
The originality and uniqueness of his performance, of the entire band, the surreal vibe, the whole lights gave out, the band gave out. It was moody, and it just had an aura about it that I've never experienced before at a concert. Like you said, it's hard to describe the music. It's not folk, it's not country, it's kind of a mixture. There was a couple of rock and roll songs that were rock and roll, you could tell. But outside of that, it was like Bob's vocal delivery was so unique, like Bob, but it gave a unique quality and a timbre to the music that the band kind of like played around and into. And Bob's delivery is so unique that having the band play to that makes it a whole different style of music. And each song was different. There were ballads, there were slow songs, there were even dirges that were kind of really intriguing, and the rockers. Been waiting all my life to see Bob Dylan, and I would never have a shit with anybody but Paul Leslie. That was great, man. To be 81 years old, he did it. And it was no frills. He introduced the band, and that was it, man. I had a real good time, Paul. It was, I didn't know quite what to expect, because you never really do, what I've heard, going to a Bob Dylan show. But the one thing that surprised me the most was he didn't play guitar.
Yeah.
So that's what really surprised me the most, was he played piano all night long. But it was different, and it was enjoyable. So I think everybody should see Bob Dylan at least once.
How would you describe the mood or the aura of the performance?
Introspective, deep, reflective, iconic, and looking back.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like on all kinds of styles of music.
Would you like to see him again?
Yes, I would. Tomorrow night.
He's not that far.
No, yeah.
One more question.
I definitely would.
What did you think of that band?
The band was really good. They played to his, like I said, they played to his voice and what he did. And he's kind of a minimalist, you know.
Yeah.
But they added to what he did so incredibly well, and they stayed out of his way, and the solos weren't too much, and the dynamics that the band played with were wonderful. The mandolin player, the stand-up bass player was phenomenal, and the drummer played in and out of the counterpoint at times. It was really intriguing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't at all your standard fare of going to a show and hearing the hits and hearing the songs and standing on your feet and pumping your fist in the air and waiting for an encore. It was a really deep personal show. I think it was a listening crowd. I love the fact that they made us all turn our phones off. I wish every venue would do that. And for us, because it was great to see no phones in the air. And everyone I thought it was 1978 again. And yeah, it was intriguing. I've never seen a show quite like it, I'll have to say. I've probably never seen a show like that before. And it was from the very first note to the very last. It was definitely intriguing. Delightfully original.
Great.
Almost like Not of This Time. It seemed like a show that I might have heard years ago. And the lighting helped with that, too.
Yeah.
The little vaudeville lighting kind of it had. Like there were no overhead lights. There were no spotlights. All the lights came from below. That kind of helped the mood of the music, I believe. A lot.
I paid
Especially
attention.
on songs like Dark Knight. Was that what it's called? Dark Rider?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Black Rider.
Black Rider. Yeah, was the name of the song that I liked.
think.
You can tell Bob is he does what he does.
Yeah, that's it.
He doesn't care about being in the spotlight at all. He just gets out and does his gig, and here it is.
Right.
Take me or leave me.
The songs are the star.
Yes, they are. The songs are the star and the lyrics are the star. What he writes. He's still a poet.
Yeah.
To be so prolific, it's still at 81 years old, is just absolutely incredible.
Well, Bob Dylan, keep on going if you want to,
I
because
hear it. Keep
we
going.
enjoy the shows. They get better every time.
They do. Paul, thank you so much for the ticket, and I'm looking forward to going to break bread with you now at our Thomas Cafe.
Great.
And we're going to have a good time.
This is Paul Leslie, over and out with Jeff Pike.